ROI. Most churches don't think about that because commitment to missions is measured by the size of the budget or the number of missionaries supported. ROI stands for Return on Investment. And for missions, this equates to the number of people whose lives and eternal destinies are now changed. Isn't this the ultimate goal of missions? Experience has shown that an indigenous strategy will produce the greatest return, and this is what Glad Tidings India is all about. This past year, India Bible Literature, the indigenous partner of Glad Tidings India, trained 236 Indian evangelists in church planting. These 236 self-supporting evangelists reported 40,449 decisions for Christ, most of whom are now attending church for the first time. 6,300 adults were enrolled in our Bible content literacy classes. From these, there were 2,565 decisions for Christ, and now 2,254 of those new believers are attending church for the first time. In our Vacation Bible School ministry, 300,000 children attended, of whom 156,000 made decisions to accept Jesus as Savior and Lord. Looking ahead, Glad Tidings India has a goal of penetrating 100 unreached people groups in the next 3 to 5 years. The first year of ministry was just completed among the Yanadis and Yerakulas in Andhra Pradesh. These tribal people live in utter poverty. They worship snakes, trees, and rocks, and child labor is prevalent. Among these tribal peoples, Bible content literacy classes were held for 10 months for 450 adults. The results are astounding. There were 300 decisions for Christ. This means the return on investment was one decision for Christ for every $37.50. In addition, there were 185 baptisms, 398 are attending church, 80 stopped child marriage, 40 stopped dowry, and 158 stopped drinking. Incredibly, that same $37.50 first prints 12 Bibles. A lot of leverage and return on each dollar invested. The total cost for this first year of ministry among this unreached people group was $11,250, or just $25 per literacy student. These kinds of results are brought about by an entirely new approach to missions, an indigenous strategy in which nationals do the ministry, not Americans. Grassroots local churches determine where and how ministry happens, not foreign money. The church in America is involved in partnership, not paternalism. The goal of missions is to win people for Christ. Good stewardship demands that we use our heads as well as our hearts and consider how resources are being used. Strategies which might have been appropriate 50 or 100 years ago are not always effective in our rapidly changing world. But this strategy of training and partnering with indigenous ministries has been astonishingly successful. For the last 25 years, Glad Tidings India, India Bible Literature, has been implementing as pure an indigenous strategy as I have seen anywhere in the world, with consistent, incredible results. And I believe we are seeing just the beginning of what God can do through these ministries. When investing in missions, we must consider ROI.